Conditions have gotten slower in professional tennis. The balls are heavier and fluffier. Rallies are longer. It's harder to hold serve. These are some of the things we've heard in the last couple years. The chorus has only grown louder, led by Daniil Medvedev and Alexander Zverev, who have insisted that the balls have gotten way too slow. I value player testimony a lot, even though the players aren't always aligned on things and everybody has different technology in their racket and some hit flat and some hit spinny and the styles are different. I still value each and every player's testimony, but I thought to myself, surely there is some data that can back this stuff up and tell us what exactly is happening out here. So I had a conversation with our friends at Tennis Viz and TennisInsights. We talked about some numbers that we could look at. Those of you who follow me on Instagram at Gill Gross _, you have seen some of this, but YouTube as a platform will give me a chance to expand on my thoughts much further. And I will start with some interesting findings that support the view of Daniil Medvedev and Alexander Zverev. Well, let's start with the serve, and then we'll go to ground strokes. One of the numbers we felt could be telling was ace rate. In quick conditions, you see more aces. Slower conditions, less aces. If the ball is fluffier, if it's not flying through the air, especially when it gets old, we should see aces go down. And the fact is, they haven't. But serve speed has gone up. So the finding here is that as serve speed has gone up, ace rate has not. The yellow line that you see across this bar chart, that's average serve speed, and it's risen sharply. In 2016, it's around, 114 miles per hour, and then by 2024, it's up at 119 miles per hour. So a significant rise in first serve average speed. But if you look at ace rate, the trend has not followed. Same thing with ground stroke speed. Players are hitting the ball faster off the ground. In 2016, we were just a little bit above 72 miles per hour. Now in 2024, we are approaching 73.5 miles per hour. So you don't have quite as drastic a rise in speed, but it's still there. But look at the winner rate. Now, there was not really much of a trend up until 2024, and then we got a little bit of a dip in rally winner rate. But you can see why this could suggest that the balls have gotten slower. Like, this could be our evidence. The fact that players are serving bigger, they're hitting harder, but they're not hitting more aces. They're not hitting more winners, right? It's interesting. In the same breath, we got to do some myth busting here. It's very necessary because the larger picture numbers that generally give us an idea of speed of conditions and how the game is actually being played, those numbers have not trended in the way you might think. Anybody who says that rallies have gotten longer, they're not correct. Anybody who says that it's harder to hold serve now, or at least that players are less successful holding serve, it's not correct. The numbers don't support that. Look at rally length in 2016 and 2017. Basically identical to rally length in 2023 and 2024. Look at service hold percentage. In 2023 and 2024, in our 8-year sample size, the last 2 years have been the highest hold rate years. Now, the fact that the numbers have been somewhat steady, somewhat stable, because it's not as if hold rate has skyrocketed. Again, the fact that the numbers are stable, even though players are more explosive offensively, what it kind of suggests is this, that, all right, all the players are saying the ball has slowed down. They swear by it. Absolutely. Let's take that as fact. The secondary fact is that the slowing down of the balls has been completely canceled out by whatever increase we've seen in the strength of the players hitting the balls. Right? And where this gets interesting is to consider tennis as an entertainment product. Right? We want rallies. And there's an appropriate range. Not every event is the same. Not all conditions are the same. But you could see a world in which conditions are so fast that there are no rallies and it's boring. You can also see a world where conditions are so slow that it becomes a slog. Nobody can hit a winner. Good shots don't matter anymore. And it's just a kind of a grind fest every single match. That's also not good for the product. That's bad for entertainment. Tennis is entertainment. We need it to fall within a certain range. So, and we also need breaks of serve. If we're not getting any breaks of serve, that's also bad for the product. It just brings up a very interesting discussion about what we want out of the sport. And if the result of slowing down the tennis balls is that we're getting the same all across the board, and by the way, there might be some adaptation on the part of the players, do we want the balls to be any faster than they are right now? Some players do. Some players don't. And that's where it gets really tricky when you're going off the things that players are saying always, because they're individualistic. They have an agenda. Whatever ball is going to help them win more is the ball they are going to advocate for. Always, right? We would all do the same thing. So that's all I got. Back to regularly scheduled programming tomorrow with our Roland Garros first round mailbag. The post is up on the community tab. Leave a comment if you want to get in on the action, and look out for tomorrow's big show. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.